Hello, everyone, and welcome to OneTake, a 15-minute interview series with InsurTech executives brought to you by InsurTech Denver. This is a unique series in that there are no edits and no do-overs. I am Mark Wheeler, co-founder of InsurTech Denver, and with us today is Lucy Stribley, Chief Revenue Officer at Flyreel. I do that all the time, and I apologize for that. It is
You're not alone.
Oh, Flyreel. So I apologize. Welcome and thank you for joining us today and for your support of InsurTech Denver. Many folks do not know that you are an early member of the InsurTech Denver team. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, I'm excited. And InsurTech Denver, I'm going to put a plug there. If you are in the Denver metro area and not a member, join. It's fantastic for networking, professional growth, and just plain fun.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, let's go ahead and jump in. Now, how would you take and describe Flyreel as a business and where it fits in the insurance ecosystem?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Flyreel, I think if we break it down to the fundamentals, is all about process automation. And where we started is in underwriting. And we are going to be releasing our claims solution in the next couple of weeks, months. And so that's really what it does is we look at how do we automate those processes. And where we've started is really about streamlining the data collection process. Flyreel is an alternative to sending boots on the ground, but still giving you that high quality data. Doing that in underwriting, bringing it to claims. But where our vision is again, automating and creating efficiencies. So we're doing a couple new and exciting things in the next year that are going to really bring that efficiency up the value chain.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, thank you for that overview. Now, when I look at the business, and you and I have chatted a bit as well, do you consider the business a B2B or a B2B2C play? As a homeowner, I would, how would I connect with Flyreel and how would my home data get delivered to a carrier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I'm going to answer it a couple ways. I mean, we do think of ourselves as a B2B2C since we provide this service to insurance companies and then they provide it in turn, white label it to their customers. But we sell to the insurance companies. And then the model today is that the carrier is really the owner of the data. But really interesting you bring up that question because this gets tossed around a lot internally and externally. If you think about it, when consumers are moving from carrier to carrier or property ownership is moving from one homeowner to homeowner, there is some richness or some goodness in having access to that prior data. And what's not surprising is when we talk to individual insurance carriers, they ask, can we have access to the prior scans? And, our answer today is no. But then we say, would you want to share your scans? And the answer today is no. That's pretty typical. They want that data. But I think we are thinking about other ways, that could be a more kind of a B2C play, could happen in the future, but that's a ways off. But also we're starting to get involved with some other plays outside the insurance industry, in real estate and home management and ownership, which that might be actually how the consumer is going to be able to use that data and share that with insurance carriers. So it's a really insightful question. And I think interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, it will be interesting. I've always had the contention looking at the industry that carriers are really looking for a residential profile as opposed to an individual homeowner profile, and that they're interested in what's in the building and your home and the roof and all of those things, regardless of who's occupying it, right? So it will be interesting to see how all of this plays out as we go forward.
And I think, Mark, that's so topical given some of the discussions that had been happening very publicly about use of credit scores and really tailoring insurance to the person versus the property and its condition. So I think that's a very interesting to see where that dialogue goes in the future.
Yeah, it's something we'll definitely have to watch. Now, as Chief Revenue Officer, how would you define your role and who do you engage with both internally and externally in your position?
Yeah. So, the role is always interesting at a startup. We're about 45 strong now. But I think it's multifaceted in that internally I'm engaging, I lead our sales team with marketing, business development, but also work a lot with customer success, product and engineering because the role is really to drive revenue. And that's through bringing on new customers by growing our existing customers, and then looking at new markets, new geographies, and new products. So it really requires me to collaborate across all of Flyreel. Externally, it's really, again, having a lot of conversations with customers. I still do some of the direct hands-on sales, but a lot of where it's shaping is what are the new markets and new opportunities and new products we should be developing.
Well, that's really interesting because I know that you have a lot of conversations. That leads me to, another question for you that, with the success that you guys have had, in working with carriers and partners, what do you attribute that to? You have a technology play, you have the knowledge within the industry, you have an industry that has, traditionally been, a bit lethargic,
Mhm.
in embracing, technology in that. What do you own your success to?
I think it's not a single thing. Our technology I think is groundbreaking. We just got our first patent. We have, I think, 5 others filed.
Congrats.
So there's no doubt we're bringing a great solution to the market. But if I had to boil it down to one, I would say it's our relentless commitment to customers. And we think about this not just, we have an incredible customer success team, great profile of Sarah Bunting Lamos today and built in. But it's not just them, and it's just not our customer support team. Really, we think of that customer first orientation from product design, from our engineering, from our sales team, and that first engagement with someone that we hope is going to be a customer. And really what it means is we listen and we really hear what they're saying, and that goes into our products. I like to say a lot of times is that we are really smart technologists, but we're great listeners. And our customers have done such a great job of partnering with us and helping us understand what they need for their business to be successful. So I think fundamentally, it's all about putting customers first.
It's interesting. I keyed off of this idea of being a good listener, and I think sometimes we forget how important listening is, to your customers, whether or the consumer that's out there, or anyone in your team, right? I'm really listening to them and understanding where they're coming from with their comments, to help move the business or the product or whatever may be going forward. So really
Yeah,
good point.
it was really, really interesting. So we started in underwriting, and we always had this notion we're going to go into claims. And probably it was, last summer that we're like, okay, we think we understand the fundamentals here. We're going to start building our solution. But what we did is we had some hypothesis for the last year. I can't say enough to the people that have been willing to give us feedback, but we've been working with probably 5 to 10 carriers on a regular basis. Some of them are customers in our underwriting solution. Some of them aren't. Some of them want to be or that, but they have been so honest and so great in giving us feedback about that product, and has really helped us shape this claim solution that I'm frankly really excited about, because it's really based on what they need, not what we think they need.
Sure. That's terrific. Well, that leads me to another question here. And I know that you guys have had an infusion, of funding this year. So congrats on that. We're getting ready to close in on the fourth quarter in the new year. What can we look forward to from Flyreel in 2022?
Oh my goodness.
What can you share?
Yeah, no, tons. I think a couple of things. Looking at it from a corporate, I think we're going to see rapid team growth. We came close to, double, maybe even tripling last year, and we're going to continue to grow. So that's a specific plug. If you're interested in looking for new opportunities, please reach out. So I think we're going to have team growth, a lot of growth here. I think from a product standpoint, one of the most exciting things is our claim solution. And that is coming out Q1. And that is really, we have a beta now that has been getting great feedback in the market. And it's really focused on helping carriers, increase their percentage of claims that they can desk adjust without compromising the customer experience. So super excited for that. On our underwriting side, we're continuing to innovate. A couple of things are happening. I talked about that really process automation, and we've done a great job of getting better quality data faster and more efficiently. But we've always known that now we're creating this kind of bolus of information in underwriting. So we are in the process of building out what I would just kind of simply call a triage process, so that when the underwriting teams are ingesting that data, they can ignore what we'd call clean reports that don't have any of the hazards or risks that we typically detect. So I think that's going to be a game changer. So report triage, we're excited about. Consistent with that, we're going to be bringing in the ability to look at square footage. We've got this great patent pending technology where we can automatically capture interior square footage and measurements and layouts. And that same thing is playing out strong on the exterior. And so what that means from our underwriting solution is we'll be able to give that kind of perimeter based square footage that people are really looking for to help calculate ITV. And then also really cool is our expansion into Canada. We have our first Canadian client. And so we are pushing out, and we'll see a big expansion into the Great White North in 2022.
Wow, you guys have a lot going on.
Yeah.
That's terrific. That's great to see. And the growth that you guys have been able to have, and just your footprint in the marketplace. I mean, I see you guys in a lot of different places and a lot of different conversations. So congrats on all of that. Let's take and shift gears. Let's go to the fun part of our conversation. So these are a series of rapid questions. So first thing that jumps into your mind, let me know. So you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Your favorite Winter Olympic sport?
Oh, I would definitely say snowboarding half pipe to watch. Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Your favorite room to hang out in your house?
Kitchen, of course.
All right. Now, if you were in a rock band, would you be a singer or play an instrument?
Oh, singer.
Would you be a lead or a backup?
I'd be a lead, but gosh knows no one would want to hear me. I'd be better off in a backup.
There we go. Well, that's what showers are all about, right? You sing as if no one's listening.
I still think I can sing Roxanne, that old song, and then I turn off the radio and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm still tone deaf.
Well, now with that, are you more detailed or abstract in your thinking?
Detailed.
All right. Your favorite holiday?
Halloween.
Halloween, that's coming up. That's
Yeah.
terrific. Yeah. What is your preferred mode of transportation? Would it be a car, public transportation, motorcycle, plane, walking, none of the above?
Hate to admit it, but car. Walkable if I can. But unfortunately, the 5-mile walk to the office today wasn't in the cards.
Oh, there we go. Now, when you think about you already answered one of mine. Is if nobody is in the home, do you sing or dance if nobody's watching or in the house?
Dance.
Dance. All right. Your favorite pizza topping?
Oh my goodness. That's a good one. Sausage.
All right. Are you a cat or a dog person?
Dog.
Dog, all the way. I hear it. So early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
All right. Are you a numbers or a letters person?
Letters.
Letters. All right. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for sharing more about Flyreel and what you guys are accomplishing. Congratulations on that. And thank you as well for sharing a little bit about who you are as Lucy. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure to connect with you. And I'm going to say it again, join up at ITD. Great content, great people.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Have a great day. Bye.